Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday, starting off with Art Not Commerce, which by the way, the button took ages to come through, so we had a little bit of silence at the beginning of the live stream, but just building suspense, I guess. Now you might have noticed at the top of the live chat room tonight, don't worry, we are going to be having a cover video vote, but I put up what do you call it, a poll or a vote for hairstyles, because I mean, historically I've had a fringe, and I can't remember ever not having a fringe, but I've just remembered when I did not have a fringe, when it was COVID and my hair just grew really long and I was just kind of parting it in the middle because that's just how I had to deal with it at that time. So I'm doing a poll just to see what people think about the 70s rock and roll look rather than the 80s fringe type look, because I will say that the style that I'm sporting tonight, it's a lot quicker. just part it in the middle, then you're good to go. So yeah, that's why the vote is at the top of the live chat room. I can see that 70s rock and roll has 62% of the vote. So and by the way, this is the 70s rock and roll look. So I think generally in the 80s they went more for kind of a fringe, or the classic kind of Coverdale look, but I think previously in the 70s the fringe hadn't really made it into the what would have been the mainstream music industry then, because hard rock and what we would probably consider, I don't know, we would consider it hard rock, or at least I would, and rock and roll, but then people now call it metal and heavy metal. But yeah, the guys just used to have long hair that didn't have a fringe. But the thing is that I've got that I guess other people didn't have was kind of volume. I'm thinking about Ozzy Osbourne's hair and how he had his for his whole life, but it was kind of thinner and just fell down, whereas mine tends to go out to the sides a little bit. So yeah, that is the vote, and I'm gonna leave it there for maybe another minute or two, and then I'll call it to a close, and whatever it's decided, then that's what we'll go with for the style for the style of the channel. So yeah, 70s rock and roll in the lead at the moment. Hello everybody, let me give you guys a shout out there in the live chat room tonight. And we have Mark, Pamela, Bernadine, Rose, Tim's there as well. PN 1123. Okay, we're moving quickly. So Jennifer's in there as well. Angela. I think Jennifer's just saying, is there no song vote? I've just explained that. The song vote will be coming up very soon. And Alison and Angela in there as well. So yeah, hello to all of you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Right, let's get everything up on screen, starting with the names of my patrons, because they make this all possible in the first place. So a massive thank you to you guys. You know who you are, and I always say they are the foundation of everything that I do, and their names go across the bottom of the live streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday. So yeah, massive thank you to the people at the bottom of the screen for making every analysis video possible and every live stream possible as well. And we will get the likes goal up on screen, because tonight we are aiming for 355 likes, and if we do hit that target, we're going to have Phil Jam number 308. But yeah, if you could leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be very much appreciated. And yeah, we're always quite close. I think we've been on a bit of a roll maybe with the Phil Jams and being able to hit those targets. So hopefully we can do that tonight as well. So yeah, every single thumbs up will be very much appreciated. And we'll get the likeometer up on screen as well. And that is at 192. So just had a bit of a spike going on there. And finally, you don't have to donate. Just watching is great, but for those people that can't resist donating, I think it's important that they know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the Super Chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, which you can find in the description below. But yeah, just watching is great. And yeah, we had a video last night, analysis video, which was a bit of a breath of fresh air, and a lot of people have been watching that, well, which is great. And that was a young band called Fat Betty, or FAT, because there's like a full stop after each of the letters. But they were doing a performance in a Battle of the Bands competition, no less. That was just fully live and unedited, which was amazing. So make sure you check out that if you get a chance, the video that I released last night, because yeah, that was really cool. And it was the Spirit of the Radio that they were covering, and just did an amazing job. And yeah, it's so rare nowadays to not see live performance videos that have been post-edited, post-pitch corrected, or maybe using Auto-Tune Live, or maybe recording it in the studio and then making the video so that it looks like they're performing live. But no, everything was absolutely genuine, and they did comment under that video as well, which I pinned in the comments section, so you guys can go and interact with them there if you want to, but also just head over to their channel and yeah, support them. And it's just great to see a young band just doing it, and you know, not kind of getting drawn into this editing war, which it seems to be at the moment with pretty much everything that's released. So yeah, breath of fresh air, last night's video. Right, now I know that there was a donation by Kevin at the end of the live stream. I'm not sure if I addressed it or not, I can't remember. So I'm going to go through it very quickly. So thank you, Kevin, for this £1 donation. And the message was, I googled NHS for simple, straightforward extractions generally costs £75 to £250, whereas surgical or impacted teeth requiring specialist care more expensive, 2 to 3 times as much. I don't know whether I said that last time, but we were talking about teeth and NHS and all of those things. And I think I said that it costs about between 100 and 300 or something. That was my guesstimate. So then Kevin gave a more accurate figure. So thank you for that. But I was in the right ballpark for that particular topic, even though I haven't had any taken out. And this is all because of my wisdom teeth and everything that's happened recently with those. So yeah, thank you for that. I am just going to quickly jump into the super chat window. It means that the likeometer disappears, unfortunately. But Paul has donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is, catch up crew for me. Have fun tonight and spike the likes. All y'all. Peace, love, and rock. So, thank you for that, Paul. Let's get back to the stream settings to see that we're at 224 likes. Somebody's done a double click. So now we're down to 223 likes. This is what happens because you can't vote as much as you might want to. You can't like twice on YouTube. So if you click it twice, it then undoes the original like. So thank you for the attempt at the double like. But right, we are. What would this be? 128? That's what I'm going for, 128 more likes before the end of the live stream, and then we'll bust out the guitar and have a jam. But let me skip that advert that's trying to get involved. Okay, we have had a donation over on PayPal, so thank you for this. And Jackie has donated £2.49, and that's Jacqueline, and the message is, what do you think about former Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor being arrested? What is the public response in the UK about his involvement with Epstein? So thank you for that. Now, I don't talk about politics on the channel or religion or stuff like that. I know that this has been huge news, and it is actually something that I have heard about. I don't tend to keep up with the news or have really time to sit down and watch the news, but I guess because this is such a big story, it's been everywhere. But I don't know the details of it. The only thing that I have seen is the picture that he's kind of reclined in the seat. I think he's trying to maybe hide from the paparazzi, and he's kind of reclined and has a shocked look on his face. So yeah, I've seen a picture. As for what's been going on, I don't know. So I can't really, as you guys know with my objective analysis videos, I have a lot of information of what I'm looking at. We look at objective data, and then I can give you conclusions on all of the data and what they show and what they prove. But I've got none of that, so I can't really say anything on it. And I think politically, I don't know whether it counts. I guess it does count as political, because I believe in some things that I saw that there was, I don't know, like sending of emails or giving information that might have given someone an advantage in, I don't know, the stocks or the trades or trading. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't really know all of the details on it. But yeah, I think that's what people are investigating. As for being involved with other things, I don't know. But all I saw was the potential for giving maybe it was confidential information or government information, and kind of putting that in an email and just sending it off, and potentially allowing somebody to buy stocks and shares or whatever happens, and then on the stock market ahead of time, ahead of everybody knowing actually what had gone on, therefore affecting share prices and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know a lot about it, so I can't really comment. And yeah, I'm sure there'll be an investigation and they'll get all of their evidence, and whatever the result is, the result is. But I know that certainly here in the UK, and I think it might be the same all over the world, is that the reports, when they break, they haven't actually had the court case yet, or I don't think they have. I don't know a lot about this, but I don't think they've had a court case yet, or presented all of the evidence. Yeah, I know that somebody was arrested or being held, so they must have evidence. But yeah, as far as I know, he hasn't been charged or found guilty of anything. I don't know, but I'll have to. I don't really, like I said on the live streams on my channel, I don't talk about politics. I don't really keep up to date with it, but it's got to go through its due process, and then we kind of find out what went on and what happened, who was involved, and exactly which crimes were committed, if any. So yeah. Anyway, we are going to be moving on, but thank you for that, Jacqueline. And right, we're okay with the PayPal window, and I can see Angela says, are the Saturdays and Tuesdays likes goals the same? Seems we've been on 355 likes before. So I think, like, for the week, what I used to do, but I lose track quite regularly of where we are with the likeometer. But I guess if we have the same total again, then there's potentially more chance of hitting it again to then bust out the guitar. But with the likes goal number, if we did have it at 355, what I used to do was just have the same target. So then everyone on a Tuesday would try and hit the same number, and everyone on a Saturday would try and hit the same number. And if you hit this number, the likes goal, then it would increase by 5. And I think this is why on a Tuesday, was it this way around, that Tuesday then missed one, but then Saturday we hit it, and then Tuesday missed another one, and then Saturday hit it again. So the Saturday one then became different because we'd hit more goals on a Saturday. But yeah, certainly keeping it the same is something that I've done before. Whether I've accidentally kept it the same for 2 weeks running, I don't know. I'm not really keeping a track of it. I mean, I've got to keep track of so many different things, just with the channel and planning videos and releasing videos, and doing emails and lots of stuff that's going on at the moment. So yeah, it's the likes goal is just, it is what it is, and we're going to have to deal with it. So yeah, we've got a lot of things going on at the moment. And I'd say actually some things going on behind the scenes that I can't necessarily really talk about yet, but it's going to be quite cool in the future, quite exciting. Some things that will be happening, but I'll keep you guys in the loop over on Patreon, of course. And by the way, you can get involved over on Patreon, patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, and that's free if you want to make a free account over there. That's the address if you want to head over to Patreon. And yeah, my patrons who are over on Patreon, I've already said their names at the bottom of the screen. So thank you guys for all of your support. If you want to get involved yourselves, you can head down there. Right, that is that. So yeah, we're coming off the back of the video last night, that refreshing video that I think is rare. I've received an email that, again, I don't think I can really talk about much, but I received a really interesting email from somebody who is involved with sound. Involved with sound. I mean, it's so vague, but they are involved with sound for a particular company that are very well known, and I'm going to maybe see what can happen in the future with the side project that I've got that should not be named and shall not be named. My side project, all of you regular viewers will know exactly what I'm talking about, but you might have noticed as well on the channel how especially last night's video, maybe the video before that, they're starting to get out to the subscribers of the channel. Whereas the side project that I was working on before, when I mentioned it, the 2 times that I have mentioned it, it just means that everything stops on the channel from subscribers getting told that I've released another video. So it looks like maybe I haven't mentioned it for long enough that the algorithm's starting to recover, which I say the algorithm's recovering. My channel's recovering a little bit because of the algorithm now not unsubscribing people and not keeping my videos quiet so that nobody knows that I've released another video. But it is good that the video last night was one of those that seems to have got through to a few people, because that's the kind of video that I think, is definitely worth spreading around and just letting people know that there are young bands out there that are performing fully live and not editing things. So I can just see that Tammy is going through with a $10 donation, so thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, we lost the legendary Neil Sedaka yesterday, may he rest in peace. So thank you for that, Tammy. And I didn't hear about this yesterday. I just heard about it before the live stream tonight. So probably about an hour ago, something like that. And it's very sad news. Neil was one of those that had made contact with me personally in the past, because he had watched my channel, and sometimes like with Lisa Marie Presley, you don't find out about somebody actually watching your channel until sadly they've passed, and that was the case there with Lisa Marie Presley, that she used to watch my channel, and then it was just her manager that got in touch to say that she used to watch and used to enjoy it, which is great to hear. And Neil was one of those that watched, and he liked the analysis video that I did on him. And every now and again, I just kind of make the videos that are requested, and I kind of point out what I can see. And thankfully Neil had seen my video and liked what I said, and there's even a quote on my website from Neil. So a very sad news, but really, really nice guy. And he's it happens now and again where I do an analysis video on an artist, but for them to actually personally get in touch is always amazing to receive a message from somebody like that, somebody like Neil, such an established artist, and such a talent. So very, very sad news there, but thank you for that, Tammy, for that donation. Right, so we will just jump over to PayPal as well, because I can see there's been a couple of donations in there as well. And Carl has donated £5.33. So thank you for that, Carl. And the message is, thank so much, Phil. Let's keep music honest, darn it. So thank you for that, Carl. We're going to try. I'm going to try, but the good thing is, and I've seen it with different channels, and maybe channels that are more UK based, that we're starting to see a bit of a trend, I'd say, with videos that, I used to do, you guys will know that I've been doing videos for like 8 years, 10 years. We started out with analysis videos that are breaking down guitar techniques, then talking about vocal techniques, and just basically just live performances and what was going on with the whole band. But especially with the most recent requests over the last probably couple of years, where I'm being asked to look at so many performances that aren't like the old performances because they're not what's actually happening. And then that's the kind of thing that I feel duty bound to point out and let people just know what they're listening to. So with that, I think now with Danny Sapko's channel, for example, who I've been in touch with in the past, and he's done a couple of videos on me, and I've done a couple of videos as well on him, and then he sent me his vocal performances that he wanted to know if I could tell if he was pitch correcting his vocals and all of that. So that was cool to take a look at that. And we got Justin Hawkins as well, who's very much pushing in that direction of authenticity. And I think authenticity is very much about openness, transparency, artistic integrity, things that fans do rate very highly and as really important for artists that they buy into, because that's what's happening. Fans are literally buying into an artist. If they're spending money on that particular artist's music, I think they want to know what it is, that they're not going to, like, the whole Milli Vanilli thing. It's like, well, in that particular case, when people found out that it wasn't the performers' voices, I say performers, it wasn't their voices, that had a whole backlash and fans weren't happy with it, and that went to court, and the music fans were actually entitled to get their money back. And this is always the parallel that I draw with the music industry now, is back in those days, that was something that the whole fan base were entitled to get their money back if they spent money on the album, because it wasn't what they thought it was. So this is why it always amazes me that nowadays how that particular case is almost forgotten about legally, because you'd say, well, hang on, if somebody's lip syncing or miming live or even using auto-tune and the audience weren't expecting that, doesn't that mean that the audience is now entitled to get their money back? Because that previous court case has set that precedent that if it wasn't what they thought it was, then they're entitled to their money back. So I don't know whether it's just because they were other voices, but then I saw a video recently on a channel about Britney Spears, and the person was going through Britney Spears' albums and pointing out where she's not actually singing, that's somebody else's voice. But because Britney Spears' voice was really low in the mix somewhere and you couldn't really hear it, that's how legally they'll get away with it. They'll say, oh, well, the main voice you're hearing is not actually Britney Spears' voice. And the point that they were using this particular vocalist to do those lead lines is because it sounded like her. They were definitely trying to fool the audience into thinking that that was Britney Spears. But because they put her voice really low in the mix in the background, they could make the argument that, well, no, she is there. It just so happens that there's another voice that isn't hers that's slightly higher in the mix. It's almost like saying that, oh, well, it's just a backing vocal that's just louder, and it just happens to sound exactly like Britney's voice. So they can make that argument, but everyone knows what they're doing, that they're putting in a voice there singing in order to get the sound that maybe wasn't possible with Britney, or even for somebody who could record the album while Britney was busy doing other things. And then they just get this person to come in and sing and sound exactly like Britney Spears and then put that on the album. So this is it, that there are other cases now that are absolutely, I'd say, kind of running in parallel with the Milli Vanilli thing. If you're talking about, well, you get somebody else to sing your lead vocals, that isn't your voice. So what's the difference there from, fast forwarding, 20 years? So yeah, it's all interesting. And the other thing is, well, with Milli Vanilli, if they could, would they have used auto-tune live? And the guys could actually sing, but it was just the fact that they chose, well, the person that put this all together chose singers who he thought had a better voice, or better voices, stronger voices. But would they have used auto-tune now? Absolutely. Would they use AI? I don't know, maybe. And would that have now been legal, as was decided in courts that what they did was apparently illegal, or should I say the management and the record label. But yeah, really complicated, but it shouldn't really be complicated. But back to the point about authenticity and artistic integrity, I think hopefully with the groundwork that we've put in, there's this leaning towards now wanting to know what's going on, and everyone really having the right to know what's going on. That's what it all boils down to. Anyway, I'm going to end the poll because I forgot about that. It looks like the 70s rock and roll non-fringe thing, which is this, won the vote. So thank you guys for the hair vote tonight. And let me now, it's going to be a shorter vote than usual. Now, I did type this out to try and save time because I knew I'd have to try and do this while I was talking. So that one, tonight's vote is between You Know My Name and Parisian Walkways. So let's see if that's going to work. I've clicked on it and it's gone through. So yeah, vote for tonight's cover video at the top of the live chat room. And that's what we'll jump into probably in about 15 minutes or a little bit more than that. Anyway, thank you for that donation, Carl, about keeping it honest. And we're going to keep on pushing forward. And my side project, I am going to still be doing that and trying to move forward with it. I can't mention a lot about it on this channel, unfortunately, because I just get shut down. So it's going to have to be a word of mouth thing. But also that the people that have been watching the channel for a while and know all about it, it's really in our hands to try and get the word out about it, and buy some merchandise if you want to actually go out and wear it and show the registered trademark. I don't really talk about the merchandise, but if you are interested in any merch, then you can click on the tray underneath this video, or there's a link in the description below, I believe. So that'll take you through to the Dashfree store, and you'll be able to see the Wings of Pegasus merchandise, but also the other merchandise that's got a logo on there that I can't really talk about. But it's I don't even want to say it because I think the algorithm, it listens to everything. I think we're being listened to everywhere with everything. With Alexa, where I don't have Alexa in my house or anywhere listening into anything, but people that say, and I know that my sister's got this, where they say, Alexa, play a song, any song, but no, getting information and these different things that when you say Alexa, it then will do what you want it to do. But the fact that it's always on and it's always listening, and people who are just having a conversation about, and this has happened to my sister who has it, talking about things in the kitchen, for example, where this Alexa speaker thing is, and just talking about, yeah, we need to get some new chairs, or we're looking for some new chairs, and then, you know, the next day on Amazon, or while she's flicking through, she'll just be going through adverts for chairs, for kitchen chairs and things, and there's that automatic link. You think, well, why am I suddenly getting all of these adverts for chairs? And I was talking about this yesterday, effectively in front of Alexa, who's taking in this information and then tailoring all of the adverts for that particular person. And some people might say, well, yeah, but that could be potentially helpful because it's going to give you things that you might be looking for. Other people would think that, well, Alexa shouldn't be listening to you in your private time. So yeah, it's all a bit crazy, but yeah, that's the world we live in. But yeah, I don't have any of that Alexa stuff listening in. I think is a bit of a slippery slope. But I don't know how I got started on talking about that Alexa and listening in. I'm sure that again it's something that could lead down a political avenue, so I won't go down there anymore because there are so many things that can then potentially be linked into voting and trying to get people to vote a particular way because of what people are being shown effectively on the internet. That's what it all boils down to. But I think it's probably authentic vocal and the algorithm that I was talking about, where it's picking up on particular words. And I know that YouTube channels, unless you opt out, which I have, they take everything on YouTube and feed it to their AI, which would be Google's AI, whatever that's called. I know that we've got ChatGPT, but there are different companies that are obviously going up against each other in the AI space. But on YouTube, if somebody uploads a video, by default, that will be fed to AI. And yeah, I've opted out of that. And I've said before about being offered, stupid sums of money for them to just bundle all of my content into AI. And it's something that I'm not going to do, and never going to do. And yeah, that there's, there's no price that exists for that. I'm just not going to give everything that I've done over the last 10 years and all of my music to AI. It's crazy. But then again, it might already have my music. It might already been fed, because that's the whole point of these AI court cases at the moment, where they've admitted to giving tens of millions of artists' songs to AI. And there's no way they had permission to do that. Because first of all, I don't think an artist would agree anyway, but then having tens of millions of them, and we're not even talking about the major labels and signed artists, we're talking about independent artists, such as myself, who have music and it's just been fed to AI to learn from and maybe chuck out some things that are very similar, if not the same, as some independent musicians' songs. So yeah, all very complicated. So this is why, I'm not mentioning it, but there is merchandise from my side project, and it's something that over on Patreon, of course, I can mention it over there. So you can, like I said earlier, you can head over to Patreon and get involved there for free. Just set up a free account, and then you'll be in the loop for everything that's going on with Authentic Vocal as well, when I make any inroads into what I want to do this year with that. But there's still emails going out, and I'm waiting to hear from a few people on a few different things. So we'll see if anything happens. You guys will be the first to know over on Patreon. So there's been another donation, and Jacqueline again's donated £1.42. So thank you for that. And the message was, are you a fan of James Brown? Any thoughts on his music style and approach and how he's shaped music? So thank you for that. And I mean, yes, absolutely. I don't know how many analysis videos I have on James Brown. There might be a few. But, I mean, first of all, Living in America is on my workout playlist. It's part of the Rocky 4 playlist. And if you've seen Rocky 4, you'll know the whole thing where James Brown's performing and they're just about to have their fight, Apollo Creed, and yeah, it's all very much over the top. But the thing that James, I mean, what James did was roll up so many things, and a huge part of it, of course, was the performance side, the entertainment, the dancing, the I was going to say crowd interaction, but it's more than that. It's getting everyone's attention and owning the stage, owning the song, and owning the venue, getting people involved in a performance. And yeah, having that ability is such a rare thing, because you can also say about his voice being unique and the kinds of sounds that he'd make, do little screams and noises and things that probably I'd say Michael Jackson would have been aware of. Obviously, Michael had his own thing of doing the same kind of sounds, but making more of, I guess, a percussive side to it with those sounds, and making it more of a part of the music as well, and saying things like Shamour. But with James Brown, very much, I think a lot of people in the music industry were looking at him as the, oh right, well that's now the bar. It's like there would have been artists before that, of course, were entertaining and were great singers as well, but having that, I don't know, that command of an audience, that command of the stage, and just I don't know, it's keeping everybody's focus. It's like that's all that matters when he's on stage, he's performing, he's singing. The crowd who are there, they're just totally invested in the performance, and that's what it is. I think that's probably the best word to describe it, is the crowd are invested in what you're doing, what he was doing on that stage. And then, I mean, when you're listening to his music, there's so much in there from an instrumental perspective, and I don't want this answer to go on for years, but the way that he just had top level musicians playing behind him, but he was a mix of so many things. When we're talking about frontman, entertainer, great voice, unique vocal style, but then band leader, somebody at the front of the stage who knew exactly what you wanted. So that's a huge part of it as well, being able to get exactly what his vision was, but out there as he wanted it to sound. So I mean, a lot of artists as well, they might be a singer or a songwriter, and they'll have the band playing, but they're not necessarily that authoritarian with the band. They're not going to tell people, right, no, that was wrong, I want you to do it that way, and that needs to be like this, that needs to be like that, and just tell them exactly what they want. But James Brown was kind of all of those things. And I think the huge stars, having referenced Michael Jackson, the huge stars, they know exactly what they want, and if they're not getting that, then they'll go over to whatever section that was. If it was the saxophonist who wasn't quite playing what the artist wanted or how it should have gone, then they'll explain to them exactly how it should have gone, if indeed they keep their job. I guess that's the other thing. You can't really afford to mess up too much when you've got people that know what they want and expect that level, the level that they are at, they expect that to be met by everybody else. So yeah, I can imagine that it might be, I don't know, intimidating maybe, but I think from a musical perspective, as a musician, you think, well, that's kind of what you want. You want somebody to know exactly what they want, and you should go in being rehearsed and being prepared and playing it exactly how you know it goes, and try to get it just exactly how it is and get the expression in exactly the same place, so that at least you can say, look, I am definitely playing it exactly how it is. Of course, you've got to know that your ears work and be able to hear exactly what's going on to then replicate it. So yeah, if people say, oh no, this is how it goes, and then the artist says, well no, it's not, you got to trust the artist that they know what they did, or they know what they were writing and they knew what they wrote. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, it's I mean, the simple answer would have been yes, I am a fan. And he had a huge impact on the music industry, but I think just on artistry in general, just taking that bar to a place where you do so many things, and a lot of that's actually behind the scenes, like I said, of being that leader of a band and getting exactly what you want, very much on the musical side of things, which people never really see, but it's a huge part of it. So thank you for that. Connie's donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Connie. The message is, hi Phil, we love the Phil Toon mugs. Do you own one that could use for a plug of the mug? Peace, love and rock, Connie. So thank you for that. And I don't think I have the Phil Toon mug. I've got, I think maybe 2 or 3 mugs. I know that I've got this one here. And there we have it. There's another one which is the Spike the Likes mug. Oh, this has just reminded me, over on the Dashery store, they're always in contact with me, and they did say that they've added the old Wings of Pegasus logo to the store, and I haven't even checked that. I haven't seen what they've added it to, so I'll have to see what particular products they've put the old Wings of Pegasus logo on. So yeah, you might be able to go and check that out yourselves, but I'll have a look at that as well. Again, this is it, that I've got so many things going on at the moment. Having time to go and do the merchandise thing is time I haven't got at the moment, but I will look into that old logo design just to see what's going on with that. But Deborah's donated $10. Thank you for that. And the message is, towards your haircut /trim. So thank you for that. And well, this is it with this style. I think it won't, maybe if I spend a few more weeks, then it will need a trim to get back to where it is now. I think this is probably, I don't know what, I'm not sure it's going to work because of the volume of my hair. I'm not sure it's going to work if this fringe goes down to like here, because then I'd be having to kind of do this all the time to see. So yeah, I'd have to maybe spray it to keep it out of my eyes, to hold it in position. But yeah, at the moment it seems to part naturally. I think it's parting a little bit off to one side, but it's seemingly parting naturally, and I can see, so that's all a bonus. It's a lot quicker to organise my hair. So anyway, Elaine says, just check, the old logo is on Dashery, time to shop. So thank you for that. Right, I don't know whether I can't access it from here, because I was thinking of maybe clicking on the, what if I go to this, like live, will it say that I am live? It's saying that I am live. Obviously, that's entirely correct. Oh, but how do I actually get to this? Right, I'm clicking on the link. I'm going to... okay. Right, an advert started up. I've paused the advert because what I want to try and do is go to my own store on Dashery to see what the products are that potentially all you guys are looking at before I've even seen it. So I've clicked on that. Aha! Here we have it. Yeah, this is dashry.com. Wow. Okay, it's like just all of the... Okay, there's about 1 million things with the old logo on it. There you go. You've got a vest. You've got socks. You've got the Wings of Pegasus mug. Yeah, it kind of looks all right, but I don't know whether that looks a bit wonky. It looks like it's kind of been stretched over. So I might try and edit that a little bit to make it look a little bit better on the old logo. But then the cap, which looks, relatively okay. But I don't know whether taking this particular logo is going to be, the high-res version of it that I must have somewhere. But yeah, you've got Wings of Pegasus bag, or bum bag, as we call it here, that you wear around your waist, not your bum, but that's just what it's called. Yeah, we've got bag there as well. So yeah, I'm just having a look at it. I'm not sure, because if they've taken the image from the internet, you think, well, that's not going to look as crisp as my high-res files. So what I might do is get in contact with them and give them the high-res files, and then they can just do the same thing again with all of that. But if you want to buy something, then yeah, it's up to you. You can buy it if you want to. Yeah, lots of new stuff on there with the old Wings of Pegasus logo. But anyway, Deb has just donated $10 again, so thank you for that. And that is a straight up donation. Right now, let's jump into the cover video vote for tonight. And it looks like You Know My Name is going to win out with 52% of the vote. Let me just check that and bring it to a close. Let's have a check as well on the likeometer. We were aiming for 355. We have hit 368. So we are going to be busting out the guitar and having a jam. Talking about busting out the guitar, having a jam, it's just reminded me of the setup that I've got, which is still really annoying. I'm still going to be using the laptop, which isn't ideal for hearing the backing track, and yeah, it's it's just laptop speakers. It's not particularly good, but for some reason that there's still this delay, and I'm now getting this box that pops up on my computer every time that I start up, asking me to update to the new operating system that they've released. And I'm wondering, because the weird thing is that I know on my laptop, if I can't do it that way, unfortunately, but there's not a delay when I try to do exactly the same thing on the laptop. So I think it's, and that's on an older version of the operating system. So I think that there must have been an update to the Mac OS operating system. That's what they call it. So the Mac OS must have updated on my main computer, and for whatever reason, that doesn't play nicely with the software that I've got, and it introduces a delay that is impossible to get around. It means that anything that I'm putting into the computer, my guitar, happens before the audio that's playing from the computer. Whereas on my laptop that's running on an older Mac operating system, the two things happen at the same time. So when I play along to a backing track, everything that I'm playing is happening in time with the backing track. When I do it on this computer, everything I'm playing is happening before the backing tracks even come through, even though I hear it at the same time. When it then goes into the computer, it's now got an offset. And yeah, I checked, and this is the thing that takes hours to do, but I did this yesterday and the day before. I checked that all of the software that I was using, they were the same versions of the software. The only thing that was different was the operating system. And now, looking into trying to roll back the Mac OS to a previous version, it's going to be a nightmare. Because you have to back up everything on your computer, all the files, all the analysis videos and things that I've done. I would be having to roll back to before last September. Maybe even further than that. So it means everything I've done since then, it now wouldn't exist. I'd have to kind of back it up, put it on a hard drive if it's on the main hard drive here, and then kind of put it back on the computer. It would just take me ages. So I'm hoping that at some point there's another update to the operating system that actually solves the problem that was brought about by the previous update. So I think it's just an update that ruined it. But anyway, we're going to be having the Phil Jam at the end of the live stream, and we're going to be doing it the old school way of going back to basics, running the audio out of my laptop. And at least it means that the audio and the guitar are entering the computer at the same time. Therefore, the timing will be the same for the backing track and my guitar. Anyway, we are going to jump into You Know My Name. I think that's the one that won. I've been blabbering on for a while, so I've almost forgotten. But this features Kent Johnson as well on violin. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you after I rock.
Take a life, do you know what you give? Odds are you won't like what it is. When the storm arrives, would you be seen with me by the merciless eyes of deceit? I've seen angels fall from
have it. So that was myself and Kent Johnson with our version of You Know My Name. the Chris Cornell classic from Casino Royale, the Bond movie. Right, now, because we are going to be having a Phil Jam at the end of the live stream, I need to make sure actually how long the backing track is. And where is it? It's okay, 5 minutes and 10 seconds, which means we definitely have time to do it because we've got 12 minutes left of the live stream. So right, we're up to date with everything in the super chat window and in the PayPal window, so it means that we might have time for something else. Now, this is when we generally have time for extra stuff. Is either going to be a riff of the week, but I'd have to try and find that in my emails, or where would the riff of the week be? I don't know, but it'll be riff of the week or a Phil tune, or what did I see over? So here are the options: riff of the week, Phil tune, or who was it that was over on Patreon? I'm looking through all of the requests for tonight. It was B that said, "That's Metal" by Panic Attack. And B has sent me the link. I don't even know if this link is going to work or not, but it shouldn't. Oh, by the way, Panic Attack was my first original band when I was 23, was I? So yeah, we're talking to 20 years ago. So it'll be a very, very early version of that song, and I couldn't sing back then. I hadn't learned to sing. So Chris was our lead singer, and yeah, a long time viewers will know Chris Law, who I did the Sweet Emotion cover with, that I occasionally play when it gets asked to be played on the live streams. Right now, where am I going to post, or where am I going to put this? Let me try and put it in this window. I just want to see if this link works, first of all. It's taken me to... well, there's an advert. And this is... this is on... this gives you an idea. The Panic Attack YouTube channel, which has 13 subscribers. So that was probably us. There are 4 of us that take up that, and maybe our parents or something. Many years ago. So let me mute this. And so let's see what we want. Right, Laura Lee says riff. Or Phil tune. So right, we're getting requests for everything. Maybe this will be something that we can do on another day. Maybe I can set it up, because it's going to take me a little bit of time to set it up. But let me try and get to my channel, because if we're going to have a riff of the week, it means that I need to select the riff from my channel content. Why is it not letting me click outside of this? Okay, right, we're okay finally. Right, let me go to videos. So what I'm going to do, don't start typing. We're going to do a riff of the week, so don't start typing yet as to which number it's going to be, because I've got to actually find which ones we haven't done yet. And let's see this. Okay, I'm going to try and find this in... Okay, right, now I'm trying to think, which inbox does this get sent to? I might not even be in the right inbox, in which case it means that in order to get into another inbox, I have to log out of this one, then log in, get the security code, put that in, and it's just going to take ages. So it looks like maybe, because I've... if I now change this? I was going to say, if I did have that Panic Attack video, then we could have jumped into that, but we don't. I tell you what, we're just going to do a riff of the week, and we'll pick out one at random. We might have had it before, but who cares? We'll just do it anyway. So I'm looking for a number between 1 and 100 in the live chat room, and whatever you guys choose, or whichever one I pick out, we'll have a listen to that. So, yeah, I'll wait for you guys to get going. And while you do that, I will at least type in. Okay, right. So that's now set up, ready to go for whatever number we might get. I'm going to have to get a move on with this now. So, okay, lots of numbers going through. Let me just pick one. And Drana said 50. So we're going to go for Riff of the Week 50. Click on that. Click on that. Then it's good because it's muted. So it means you don't have to hear the advert that's going on. And now let's try and do a screen capture of this. Oh, it's getting very technical. It should be like that. Skip that. Okay, make that louder. And right, I need to get you guys seeing this on screen. There. Okay, let's get the background. Let's get this on screen. And it's, yeah, wonky off to the side. So let me grab it. Oh, look, it's quite, for whatever reason, it's a huge picture tonight for the screen grab. Right, let's move that off there. And hopefully you guys can hear this. What is this riff? Well, we're looking for the name of the song. Let's have a listen. And there we have it. Played on a Fender Strat, by the way. And let's have a look here. I can see already maybe... Okay, right. It's, I think, Barbara who has given the correct answer fastest. And she said Master of Puppets, Metallica. Let me have a look if we've got any other people. Dwayne says Master of Puppets. Teresa says Master of Puppets. TG Sunflower 79 says Master of Puppets. Ninja Kitty Bonk said Sandman. So in the right ballpark. But and Master of Puppets again in Ninja Kitty Bonks and Teresa and yeah, that's it. I think lots of people. Yeah, Moses Master of Puppets by Metallica. So yeah, congratulations to everybody and Barbara for getting that quickly, or getting at least the quickest that I see on my screen. Let me actually get this out of the way so that we're back and we're going to be jumping into tonight's Phil Jam. I feel like at the end of the live stream it's all a bit of a rush. We had lots of time and then the time disappeared. So, right, this is on. Oh, I know why that's not coming through. You should turn on that. We'll wait for this to warm up a little bit. Okay, right, so that's now coming through. Right, so thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up and ensuring that we have a Phil Jam for tonight. Let's have a look. Oh, by the way, Jennifer donated $7 and said, Phil, if you like James Brown, you would have liked Joe Tex. And if you want... what's that in the way? If you want to sell the jacket in the video, I want it. So thank you for that. And I can't remember what the jacket was in the video. Was that in you? No. Oh, it might have been a suit. Not really a jacket, but the suit that I was wearing. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. It means we are going to be having a Phil Jam tonight. It is going to be wild funk rock backing track in D minor, DM, that's written, and then in brackets Richie Kotzen style with horns BT-003, and this is from N and M Creation. So let's see what happens here, and I'm listening to it through laptop speakers, so not particularly clear, but we'll give it a go. As for the mix, you're just going to have to deal with whatever it's like. As am I. Okay, I can hear it. I'll zoom out. I think this is only like 5 minutes, so I better kind of get on with it. Something's going on here, I can't really hear what's going on. happening? It's faded out. That was it. So that was Wild Funk Rock backing track in D minor, DN as it's written, in brackets Richie Kotzen style with horns, close bracket BT003 from N and M Creation. So yeah, I mean that was it was interesting. I could hear that there's some cool stuff going on. It was groovy, it was funky, but I couldn't necessarily really hear everything that was happening. So getting the levels right was a bit of a nightmare there, unfortunately. But hopefully some of the notes went with whatever the backing was. Now the thing is, if it had changed key at any point, I don't know whether, given how I could hear it, whether I would have been able to hear that it's actually changed key, because all I could hear really was that more just a, you know, all that kind of stuff with the, you know, a lot of yeah, thankfully that stuff going on, so at least I could hear those little bits and think, right, well, it must be in this kind of area. So there we have it. That was the Phil Jam for tonight. A little bit of wild funk rock. Thank you, Joe, for sending that my way, and thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up to ensure that we did have a Phil Jam for tonight. We're going to be having another video analysis video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. I'll be live streaming on Tuesday night, where we're going to be needing everybody to turn up again to hit the thumbs up, to then bust out the guitar and have another jam to whatever it might be. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me on this Saturday night, and hopefully I'll see you on Tuesday as well if you can make it. If you're watching this in the future on catch up, you can still hit the thumbs up. It really does help this channel to grow, and for the live streams to get out there, yeah, a little bit more. So anyway, all that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock!